We're going to be working on our hands today, part of our body that we often ignore. My dad has got this thing called Dupuytren's contracture, which is this disease in your hand that kind of pulls your fingers forward, and it's genetic. Fun. I've just found out about it. And I've kind of known he's had this weird claw hand for years, but done a lot of research, as I often do, read lots of articles in medical journals, watch lots of videos, and very knowledgeable people. Basically, everyone has said this is non-curable and you can have surgery for it, but most likely it will come back and it's going to get worse over time. So, as I always do in my life, I've been kind of going, okay. This thing is inevitable, just like death, just like occasionally getting ill. So, what can we do about it? And I've been just getting a sense for what I can do to keep moving my fingers. So, let's start where we are. Big sigh and just get a sense. Just notice your hands, notice your fingers. 52 bones. Where are they, or what do they all do? Let's stretch them out. Ligaments, tendons, there's a lot going on in a small space. You might like to just take one hand to the ground, lean into it, take your shoulder over it. Keep breathing. You might like to turn the fingers towards the body, turn them away, spread them wide, and same on the other side. Just notice as you lean your weight, just notice shoulder stacking over elbow, over hand. And you might get a sense for parts of your body that feel a little bit stronger or weaker, more where energy is blocked or flowing. And we'll come back up, shake out. You might like to go side to side, up and down. So now I have this little friend, this little lump bit on the middle of my palm. Maybe you can see it, maybe not. And maybe we'll just notice over the next 1, 5, 10, 20 years, it will change. But in the meantime, all I'm going to do is practice. Let's take one set of fingers and we'll draw them back. So when people suffer from this Dupuytren's contracture, one thing that they can no longer do is put their hands flat on a surface. Because their hand is kind of curled in, they can no longer flatten their hand. So this exercise is just about stretching the tendons. And you should feel that strong feeling down the whole arm, right to the shoulder. And let's shake out again. Okay, now I'm going to individually draw my fingers in. So I might come underneath and draw one finger in. Just thread it through and draw it in. Hopefully this is clear enough, maybe not. And then same on the other side. Just thread your fingers through. Many different ways we can do this. And now I'm going to just take one at a time, thumb and finger, squeeze and just gently extend. Might hear a little bit of a crack or a pop, maybe. One finger at a time. And same on the other side. Keep breathing. So we know we can create a little more space in between the bones. Our fascia can expand. Let's shake out again. All right, this is quite a subtle one. We're going to keep our fingers together and roll our thumbs across all four fingers and then underneath, just a loose fist. You might like to go in one direction and then change to the other direction. Let's spread all our fingers out wide and we're just going to draw them in and expand them out. And then you might like to just do the little loose karate chops. So wherever our attention goes, our energy follows. You'll hear me say this a lot. And essentially, it's this really simple idea that traditional Chinese medicine is based on. This idea that our body's healing capacity is a lot to do with where we place our attention. So when we bring our attention into our hands, let's shake out side to side again. Energy starts to move. Things that are stiff might suddenly start to be a little more supple. Things that are stagnant might start to flow again. It's not a difficult concept to get your head around, but we often forget, we buy into this idea that things are getting worse, body is shutting down as we get older. All right, let's interlace our fingers now. Squeeze the fingers in. Squeeze the palm in. And take a breath. And then we'll let go. Let's cross our hands. Turn them back towards each other. Maybe interlace. Maybe your fingers won't allow this. Just bring them together if so. And then we're going to take down. Draw them back into the body. Take our elbows into the chest. Roll forward. Come back up. Take the hands down. This time we're going to lift up, maybe lean back. And rolling down. Let's see if we can get a little bit of a flow. Take a new breath as we lift up, leaning back. And rolling down. Tuck the elbows in. And let's come back. We're going to take our hands away, swap them so the other hand is in front. Same movement, rolling down, tucking the elbows, lifting up. See if you can really give your belly a little bit of an elbow massage as you roll forward. And let's separate the fingers, shake them out again. Okay, let's take one arm underneath the other. Either side is fine. And you might just bring your knuckles together. If your body will allow, bring your palms together. And we're going to keep our shoulder blades down as we lift our elbows up. Keep breathing. Just feel the shoulders spreading apart. Keep drawing the hands together. Strong sensation in the shoulders. Let it be there. And when you're ready, Alrighty, elbows come down. Notice which arm is underneath. We're going to swap it over. Palms together, drawing up. Shoulder blades stay down, elbows up. Notice if you're tension your jaw, teeth. You might like to smile. Keep breathing. Find that space. And this time as we come down, we're just going to draw the arm in and across the body, and then we'll switch. And keep going side to side. Maybe a little more space. And shaking out. Okay, very subtle. We're just going to draw our shoulder blades in and then take them away. Try and keep your spine straight so we're not twisting or extending our spine, just the shoulder blades. Draw them in, extend them wide. It looks like nothing is happening at all. All right, let's take one hand to the lumbar spine, knuckles to the spine. The other hand is going to come elbow as high as you can take it, and then hand down into the middle of the spine. Now, your hands might not meet. Don't worry if they don't. You might just grab a hold of your shirt, or you might find a connect between your fingers, maybe. Hook them together. Keep that elbow up high. Keep breathing. You'll feel really strong sensation in your tricep muscle at the back of your arm. Just let that be there. Maybe one more breath. And slowly letting go. Let's take our arms out wide. We're going to roll our wrists again. And then we'll set up same shape on the other side. So one hand to the spine, the other hand to the middle of the shoulders. Lift that elbow up as high as it will allow. Everyone's shoulders have a very distinct shape. It's not really a flexibility thing. It's just to do with the shape of your skeleton itself. So if your hands don't come together, that's okay. Just grab a hold of t-shirt or whatever you're wearing. Keep breathing. Tuck that chin in, feel the back of the neck long. One more breath. And we'll extend the arms out wide again. See if you can find space between the shoulder blades. And this time we're going to wrap the arms around, find the shoulders at the back. Notice which arm is on top. We're going to switch it. Keep going, opening and crossing. Try and extend your shoulders wide, not pulling them in too much at the back. We want to have space. And then we'll roll. Both directions. Let's do one shoulder at a time. And change directions. Let's do a big shrug. This is our levator scapulae muscle. Lift it up and then just let it go. A few more times. Back of the neck long, big shrug. Maybe one more time. And just notice how back of the neck feels. We'll stay a little bit in connected with our shoulders. Let's take one hand on the inside of our inner shoulder. So just if you can find between the spine and the shoulder blade, just hook your fingers in there like a kind of hook shape, question mark shape. And we're just going to draw down that elbow and just let the palm be heavy on the shoulder and almost like you're trying to pull it down a little bit and then let it go. All right, let's try that again. So hooking the fingers on the inside of the shoulder and then just like a lever, just slowly creating a little bit of space. You might even just roll your ear over a little bit extra space and let it go. Right, notice how your neck feels. Let's go to the other side. So same movement, question mark shape with the fingers on the inside of your shoulder. Might feel quite different on this side, mine does. And just slowly drawing the hand down and shaking it out. Very subtle, these ones. Don't feel like you have to fix anything or manipulate anything. And you might just roll your head side to side. Okay, let's try this pec muscle at the front of our chest. Just bringing hand up and just under the collarbone. You might like to just feel in between each rib. Maybe find a spot where there's a little bit of tightness or tension. When you do, we're gonna just roll our hand over, rotate the shoulder. Maybe take the hand in front or behind. Maybe lift the hand up or down. You might like to move this hand along. Just find another spot. And when you're ready, just flop the arm back and just notice how your body feels. All right, let's go to the other side. Same type of movement, just feeling into the fascia, the connective tissue that wraps around our skeleton. Whenever you notice something tight or tense, you might like to just start rotating the shoulder again, turning palm up, palm down. Maybe bring the hand in front and behind. And maybe up and down. Any movement is fine. Any movement you might do during the course of your day is creating this muscle memory, this pattern for our autonomous body to remember where we need our energy to flow. And when you're ready, just flop the arm back. Maybe notice how you feel in shoulders and neck. All right, so tucking in the chin, we're going to just roll our head down. And you might like to extend the opposite arm. And then you might like to take it behind the back. And slowly coming back up. Let's go to the other side. So ear towards shoulder. Keep that shoulder blade heavy. And then extend the opposite arm. Keep breathing. Take the arm behind the back. And And slowly coming back up. Maybe a nod of yes. Right, back to our hands. We're going to just roll. So might be a little bit tricky to see, but we're just going to take our knee onto our palm of our hand. Might seem a bit strange. Just let your weight come into right into the center of your palm. We'll do one side and then the other. And then you might like to, you can either use your arm where you're like rolling like a rolling pin, or you can even use your leg if you like. So get creative, whatever works best for you. Just sinking weight, shoulder over elbow, turning palm up, turning palm down. Use your body weight, no effort, just leaning into it. When you feel like you've done one side, you might like to switch to the other. Remember, you can use your knee as well if you like, if you feel a little bit like just exploring using body weight. And if that feels too awkward, just use forearm on forearm, radius and ulnar bones. Okay, from here, we're going to get a little bit even more tricky. We're going to go into our toes and just rock back into a squat. And then forearms are just going to sink into the knees and work your way up. So from just above the elbow, just letting the arms be heavy, and we're using our knees as a massage tool. See if you can get right up close to the armpits. And you're ready, dropping back down and shaking out the wrists, rolling the wrists, flicking the fingers. Hopefully everything has started to shift. And just like at the start, just stretch every finger every direction. Last thing we'll do, interlace the fingers again, draw in, take a breath in. Big sigh, curling the spine, tucking the chin. Inhale back up. Exhale. Take your time following the breath. If you can really invite your whole spine into this movement, rolling the tailbone. Next time we breathe in, come into the body. This time turning the palms up, lifting up. Inhale back. Exhale to lift. Find a little more space between each vertebrae. And the last one. Let's take fingers behind the back. We're going to interlace them. Draw the shoulder blades together. Draw the palms together. See if you can really drop the shoulder blades as low as they want to go. Most important, of course, keep breathing. And shaking out. Let's bring our palms together, create last little bit of heat. And taking them to heart center, we're going to press our palms in, each finger pressing into the next. And then take a breath in. As we sigh out, hands to one shoulder, chin to the other. Inhale back through the middle. Exhale. Keep going side to side. Keep that feeling of drawing towards the center with both hands. Sighing out as we turn. New breath to come back through the middle. Last finger exercise today. We're going to keep our fingers together and see if you can start with the little finger and just roll one over the other. And the aim here is for the fingers not to touch. Trying to keep our ability to control little micro movements. So just let your little fingers do a dance around each other. And then you might bring them together. And now our ring finger, little dance. If they step on each other's toes, that's okay. Just notice. Try and bring your focus just to those fingers. Not easy to do. All right. And then we'll go to our middle finger. Maybe getting a little simpler, maybe not. And then into our index finger. And then to our thumb. And then shaking out. Hands come together, just a moment to acknowledge all the things our fingers do for us during the day with gratitude. And then, of course, let's send that gratitude to each other.